Hello everyone. In today's video, we'll be looking at a scenario where the USA forms an empire. Now, America here, it's America. It's the strongest country in the world. Has a lot of fat people in it, and yeah, it's just America. Now, the country will be buffed, but I don't know how much because America is the strongest country in the world. But NATO, the EU, the UN, all those major world organizations and alliances will not exist. So yeah, the Americans are going to go to the Caribbean, and the first thing and the first country they invade is the Dominican Republic. So that is a really big brush. American troops land from Puerto Rico. Even without the buff, America is still the strongest country in the world and would easily wipe out the Dominican Republic. And in the peace treaty, are fully annexed. Next up, they take the Bahamas, which I don't have to show it. Goes very fast. And now America is going to go after one of their largest enemies in history, which is Cuba. So American forces from this Bahamian island will move out and split Cuba in two. But it's at this point we see a Russian ally actually join this war, which is Nicaragua. Nicaragua doesn't really like all the expansion America's doing and doesn't like America in general. So if there's some troops that are able to push back, not much though, but in the end America is still very strong. So they take this whole northern area, maybe the capital of Cuba. I don't know where the capital is, and I don't have a capital map. So yeah, eventually all of Cuba just falls and it probably just become a state. And Nicaragua's coast on the Caribbean is taken. With this, they agree to just have peace. So we can look at this peace treaty. So in the treaty, both countries are fully annexed, but at this point, we see America actually having a lot of backlash for these invasions. And a couple of countries going to put aside their differences and try to stop America from invading them. And these countries are, that's the wrong colour, Mexico, Panama, whatever this guy's called, I don't know. That's Panama's down here. Honduras, I think that's Honduras. Haiti, finally Venezuela. This is a somewhat large coalition. I mean, that's Mexico, which is actually a strong country. But we see America being able to recruit an ally of its own, which is Colombia. So American troops will actually invade and take all of Haiti. Haiti doesn't have a government, and yeah, would fall pretty fast. Over here though, in Nicaragua, we actually see some rebellious groups help the invading forces because they don't want to be a part of America. You know, they just want their own independent country. Now, El Salvador, I actually don't know if if this guy right here is Honduras or El Salvador. I think this is El Salvador. I'm not good with country names if you can't tell already, but this guy here fought a war with this guy here, and yeah, they don't like each other. So, a little rectangle country here, like the colour, will join the war on America's side. And this was kind of a surprise, but these countries kind of expected it, so I'm just going to call it the rectangle country. Will push out and almost split these guys into. Eventually, troops will be moved to the front line, and this guy will be pushed back. But they won't be invaded, but it was a good distraction as American forces down here have arrived, and they start pushing back these guys, which really not much compared to the Americans. But let's look at other fronts. So, over in Venezuela, Colombia will start a surprise invasion of Venezuela, taking all of this bay over here, which Venezuela didn't expect, and did I don't have the blue invading colour, which sucks. Over in Mexico, the Americans didn't expect Mexico to join the war, so they will actually invade America. Now, I don't know how realistic this is with the whole cartel and Texas, but they're able to push in. They're even able to push in from Baja California, which has the Americans mad because they don't want to lose these major states or cities. So America will start pumping troops to Mexico, which when these troops arrive, Mexico is a strong and capable country, but really compared to this America, which is buffed, yeah. Sorry, Mexico, you're gonna die. So Mexico is fully pushed out of America, and eventually an invasion of Mexico occurs, which I don't know how the Mexican people would react to this. The cartel maybe would help America, but they make a lot of money from helping people cross into America, so I don't know. But Mexico isn't winning this war, that's all I know. And Texas just moves in. A lot of angry, lot of wild Texan people just move into Mexico, like the Mexican-American War, because it's Texas. They also capture this major city over here. No idea what it's called, but I know there's a major city there. And yeah, Mexico isn't doing so well. They lose all of Baja California, and a landing is made in Mexico. And finally, another landing is made on the thinking the Yucatan Peninsula. So yeah, eventually this country will help America. Eventually in Central Asia, we've seen the countries on the red team. I can't speak. Central America, see the red team just having a lot of success. They're able to take all of that guy, and Guatemala and Belize were thought to be invaded. Yeah, I know these guys' names, surprisingly. Eventually all of Belize is captured, and with this, I know there's mountains up here, but I don't care. All of Guatemala surrenders. And the the Yucatan Peninsula invasion meets up with the main Central Asia, I can't speak, Central American army, and eventually they take all this land. Moving to a different continent though, Colombia, with a ton of US aid, will start a full-on invasion of Venezuela. It isn't going well. Eventually Venezuela's capital is captured, and I actually don't know what this guy's, Guatemala, but whatever this country's called, I have no idea, forgot. This guy here, I know, doesn't like Venezuela, so they will start an invasion, and Venezuela's coast is fully captured, and Venezuela will surrender. The government is toppled, and yeah. That just leaves Mexico, which, I mean, Mexico is strong, but against the whole of the red team, and especially America, yeah, just not gonna do so well. So eventually Mexico loses all of this land, and Mexico City is captured, and with this, Mexico agrees to peace. We can look at this peace treaty. In this treaty, America is huge. First to Mexico, they're destroyed. This little Central American country becomes huge. America takes like Venezuela, is partition, becomes a puppet state. And yeah, America very sneakily takes Jamaica, and all of these Caribbean nations, even taking some of their own allies' land, which I don't know if Europe really likes America anymore, but they take the land. Eventually, see something very good for America happen. They finally buy Greenland, which America's been wanting forever. But for the last event of today's episode, America declares war on Canada, and yeah, not really surprising. So, American troops move out, capturing this whole peninsula, and with that, Canada is on the verge of collapse, as a lot of their population lives there because it's too cold. So, yeah. Also, over here, all of this island, forgot its name, is captured. And any settlements over here, which, yeah, America is honestly just having an easy time. Canada is a somewhat strong country, but, I mean, all of their population is on the border, so of course they're going to fall. And if it didn't let me click the right colour instead of clicking the black outline, we could get into this war. So yeah, Canada surrenders, and we can look at this peace treaty.